Welcome. You're unsatisfied in God. This is the Get Wisdom Challenge. Today is day 6, which means we'll be looking at Proverbs chapter 6. Today, I had a day off and I just, took some time to rest and actually did not have a lot of time to just study and meditate a lot on this chapter. So if it happens to you throughout this challenge that you find there are some days that you're not as efficient, it's okay. Tomorrow is another day, and I'm sure tomorrow you'll be able to spend the necessary time receiving what God has in store for you in His Word. So today, interestingly, it's the passage that stood out for me talks about laziness. And let's look at Proverbs 6, and I'll be reading from 6 to 11. And so it says, "Go to the ant, you sluggard, consider her ways to be wise, which, having no captain, overseer, or ruler, provides her supplies in the summer and gathers her food in the harvest. How long will you slumber, O sluggard? When will you rise from your sleep? A little sleep, a little slumber, a little folding of the hands to sleep. So shall your poverty come on you like a prowler, and your need like an armed man." So what this passage is telling us is that we have much to learn from the ant, the little ants that we see when we're outside and we don't even, pay much attention to them. They have much to learn. And what can we learn from them? Well, here it says that they don't have captains, they don't have overseer or rulers, but yet they are effective. They work. And interestingly, I was talking with a sister, I think it was last week, where we were just saying the fact that, work came before the fall. God intended for us to work. So work is a good thing. And here we learn from the ants that in the summer, where she could be resting, enjoying the sun, she's not lazy. She's providing her supplies. She's gathering what she will need. And in the harvest, she's gathering her food in preparation for the next season. So we see that here in the summer, the ant it says it provides her supplies in the summer. So in the season that she's in, she's thinking about the next season. In the harvest, when it's time to gather the food, she does so in preparation for the winter when it will not be possible to do that. So for me, it was a reminder that in the season that I find myself in, I need to be doing what's required of me for the next season. I think what this is teaching us here is that those that are lazy tend to think about the here and now, the comfort of today. And this verse is just telling us, no, it starts with a little sleep, a little slumber. You might say, oh, let me just relax, let me just enjoy. But what tends to happen is that one day becomes 2 days, it becomes a week, it becomes a month, and then 10 years you realize you haven't done much with your life. And I know one thing I'm sure of is that God has given us all like different assignments that may look very different from one person to the next, but He's given us all specific assignment, which, by the way, at the end of the day is tied into the Great Commission that He set out for every single believer, which is to go and make disciples of all nations. Now, the way I do it might look different from the way you do it, but He's given us all an assignment. So if we're not, mindful of the assignment, if we think that, today I'm going to rest, I'm not going to do anything about it, that one day can become a week, like I said, and then a month, and then 10 years, and you realize you haven't moved in the assignment that God had given you. So this is teaching us that we have much to learn from the little ants. In the season we're in, let's work. You may be tempted to say, oh, it's summer, let me just relax, let me just, enjoy, let me do what I wasn't able to do in the past winter. But here the ant is telling us, no, rest is good. God also rested. Rest is essential. But when rest becomes your norm, that you're resting all the time, that's when, you're called a lazy person. And that's what this verse is telling us not to do. So in the season you find yourself plan for the next season so that you would be able to be wise, because it says, consider her ways and be wise. So let's learn from the ants, and let's not be afraid of working so that, poverty and need will not come to us. So yeah, I love how nature teaches us a lot of things, how God uses nature to teach us so much. I think that every time I see an ant now, I will just remember this verse. So this is what I got from chapter 6. What did you? Would love to hear from you. Until tomorrow, enjoy your day. Know that you're known and know that you are so loved by the King of Kings and the Lord of Lords.